We'd like to welcome back to the Delaware Way Gene Peacock, who is the director of the Brandywine Zoo, and Becca Warner, who is an education intern at the zoo. And you go around to schools and to hospitals, and you also have exhibits at the zoo where you bring out animals so they can interact with people, right? So,
Absolutely.
So that's what you do at the zoo. And who is this?
This is Boomer. He is our giant Flemish rabbit.
That's the biggest rabbit I've ever seen. How big is that?
He's about 14 to 15 pounds, but the giant Flemish can get over 20 pounds.
So you say it's a domestic rabbit. So
They
would
are
you
domestic
recommend this as a pet?
I would. Rabbits, a lot of people get rabbits as pets, but rabbits can be aggressive if you don't handle them. A rabbit can bite you, and a rabbit bite can be a nasty bite. So if you do want a rabbit as a pet, like any pet, like a dog or a cat, you want to check their disposition and see how handleable they are. And you have to have adequate space and adequate place to take care of them.
What is the reaction when you bring Boomer out? I mean, it looks like it could be the Easter Bunny.
It's one of two things. It's like, oh my, look how big that rabbit is, or oh, look how cute that rabbit is.
Yeah.
So those are pretty much the two reactions.
Usually he looks really soft and fluffy, and that's the biggest rabbit I've ever seen in my life.
But he's fine. I mean, people can touch him, and he's not. You said that they can be aggressive sometimes. He doesn't seem like he has
he's
an
used
aggressive.
to people. It's if it's an animal that's not handled much, and with our education animals, they're used for programs all of the time. And any animal can bite, but because they're used so much, they're used to being handled, they're used to being around people, so they're very good animals.
Now, we should point out, you suggested I not touch Boomer because Boomer, you have hair all over you, but you get hair all over you.
You're more than welcome to give him a rub or a pet, but if you hold him, you're going to have hair. He does shed a lot.
Now, when people come to the Brandywine Zoo, they'll get to meet Boomer?
Yep.
Absolutely. Boomer is a cold weather animal, so that's someone that they can meet in the winter. We are still doing our animal encounters every weekend, so Boomer is definitely an animal they might see there. And we also bring him out early spring before it gets too hot. We let him run around in our otter circle area from time to time so people can come out and experience him.
And what is coming up with the zoo? You're opening your new season, right?
Well, the new season opens up March 1st, and we open that weekend up with Star Wars Day at the zoo, so Star Wars will be at the zoo. We'll have a breakfast coming up with Star Wars characters at the zoo, and that just kicks the season off. The monkeys are back, and we have some exciting new things coming up in the year for the zoo.
I'm not getting the Star Wars zoo connection right.
It's a good way to bring people in the zoo. It introduces people to the zoo that wouldn't normally come, and then they come there and they realize we've got a lot of cool animals like Boomer, and they come back.
Okay, speaking of getting people to the zoo, how do they get there?
Yep, we're in Brandywine Park and down on the river in downtown Wilmington, just off the Brandywine Creek. You can head off 18th Street or take the Delaware exit off of I-95, and we're right there.
All right, thanks for warning me about not. I would have been a mess.
Yeah.
I would have been all day trying to get the hair out of me. Thank you so much. As always, great. Thank you so much for coming in. It's Gene Peacock, who is the director of the Brandywine Zoo, Becca Warner, who is the education intern, and Boomer, who is the biggest rabbit I've ever seen and can get bigger tthan that. We were talking about rabbits in captivity. You said they can get over 20 pounds, and he can easily get over 20 pounds. How much does he eat, by the way?
Quite a bit. He gets a good diet of rabbit food with fruits and veggies every day, and it's a good amount. So I couldn't give you an exact amount, but he's got a healthy diet.
So you might want to think twice before you get one for a pet because it'll eat you out of house and home. We'll see you again next week. Visit the Brandywine Zoo.
Thank you.